The narrative of Mikaela Shiffrin's journey to break a record in alpine skiing that had lasted for 34 years is one that says volumes about her passion, skill, and tireless pursuit of excellence. The mark had stood for 34 years. Shiffrin was born on March 13, 1995 in Vail, Colorado, and it was evident from a young age that she had a huge affinity for skiing. She was born in Vail. In the domain of the alpine skiing, her tale is one of a triumph over adversity, pushing the boundaries of what was thought to be possible. Her feats are a success story. The sport of alpine skiing, which requires a unique mix of physical strength, technical expertise, and mental fortitude, has produced a great number of the renowned athletes throughout the course of its history. This is because the sport requires a unique combination of these three qualities. The record for the giant slalom competition, which is a challenging course that evaluates a skier's ability to navigate through the tight turns and varied terrain with speed and precision, was held by a skier for more than 3 decades. The competition is hosted in the United States. Shiffrin's mission to break this record began on the picturesque slopes of the Vail Mountain, which served as the starting point for his journey. She was raised in a family that shared a passion for skiing, and her parents had a huge influence on her ability to rapidly enhance her skiing abilities, despite the fact that they were not particularly skilled skiers themselves. During the course of her skiing career, the young prodigy displayed a natural talent that set her apart from her peers and garnered the attention of both instructional instructors and other skiers. As she progressed up the standings of the professional skiing competition, Shiffrin's determination became increasingly clear to everyone around her. She entered each competition with a focus on the work at hand, always looking for ways to improve her performance and joyfully accepting the challenges that came with the sport. She was a very competitive athlete. In addition to creating the framework for what would later become a profession that would become a breakthrough, her unwavering dedication to her craft was also a crucial aspect contributing to her success. Skiers had been trying to break the record for the longest winning streak in the giant slalom for the past 34 years, but that had proven unsuccessful. This record was a representation of the highest level of achievement in the alpine skiing. The individual who had previously held the record, who was considered to be a legendary figure in the sport, seemed to have set a standard that was completely unattainable to reach. The immense amount of pressure, the technical challenges, and the giant slalom post prevented a considerable number of people from succeeding in their attempt to break this record. Numerous individuals had attempted to do so, but they were unsuccessful. On the other hand, Shiffrin did not view the record as a challenge, but rather as an opportunity to improve his performance. The fact that she tackled the sport with a singular blend of technical accuracy and fearless dedication was a defining quality of her approach. She approached the sport with this combination. Having the awareness that obtaining mastery of this discipline was necessary in order to write her name into the annals of history, she joyfully accepted the challenge of competing in the giant slalom events. As a result of the years of preparation, sacrifice, and competitiveness that he had put in, Shiffrin felt totally ready for the exceedingly difficult challenge that was waiting for him in the future. Her unwavering commitment to each and every aspect of her skiing, from the choice of equipment to the instruction of the course, exemplified a level of professionalism that was much beyond her years. In addition to being a skier, Shiffrin was also a student of the sport. She was constantly seeking ways to enhance her technique and gain an advantage over her rivals. It was not enough for her to simply be a skier. It was during a series of tournaments when the entire skiing community was captivated that the turning point came. Her accomplishments were nothing short of spectacular, as she navigated the challenging giant slalom courses with an elegance that defied the constraints of physics. Her accomplishments were nothing short of remarkable. Throughout his appearances, Shiffrin delivered nothing less than extraordinary. She took a brave approach to difficult parts of the course, and as a result, viewers were left in a state of astonishment over her performance. The fact that she was able to keep the speed up even approaching the tight curves was quite remarkable. As Shiffrin participated in race after race, she came closer and closer to breaking the record, and each victory was a show of her brilliance and mental tenacity. If she were to break the record, she would have to win every event. The whole skiing world, including fans, members of the skiing community, and other athletes, waited with bated breath as she moved closer and closer to hitting the historic milestone. Shiffrin was able to keep his concentration on the task at hand, blocking out distractions and doubts, despite the fact that the anticipation simply served to inflate the pressure that he was already experiencing. The record for the longest winning streak in the history of the giant slalom, which had stood for 34 years, was ultimately broken by the Mikaela Shiffrin on that tragic day. She was the first person to ever cross the finish line. It was a moment that epitomized the culmination of years of difficulty, determination, and an unshakable faith in her potential. It was a moment that she had worked so hard for. The achievement of Shiffrin was not just a triumph for the individual, but it was also a triumph for the entire skiing community as a whole. It was a useful reminder that records, regardless of how difficult they may be, are designed to be challenged whenever they are challenged. The influence of the Shiffrin's achievement was not confined to the realm of sports alone. Rather, it stretched well beyond that. Her tale quickly became a source of motivation for ambitious athletes and a beacon of hope for those who were struggling with challenges that appear to be insurmountable. The journey that Shiffrin took served as a vivid illustration of the advantages that can be obtained through endurance, devotion, and excitement in the pursuit of excellence. Following the completion of her record-breaking accomplishment, Shiffrin's influence continued to grow over the course of the subsequent time period. The feats that she had achieved have served as a source of motivation for the young skiers all around the world. She has shown that it's possible to attain even the most challenging records if one has the right mindset and a strong work ethic. Shiffrin was acclaimed by the skiing world not just for the athletic ability, but also for her humility and sportsmanship both on and off the slopes. This was in addition to the praise that she received for her athletic ability. She maintained her position at the highest level of competition, and as a consequence, her impact on the sport has established a legacy that will be passed on from generation to generation. There was a new generation of skiers who looked up to her as a source of inspiration, and she was the one who opened the route for the others to follow in their footsteps. The achievement of Shiffrin served as a timely reminder that challenges are intended to be conquered and that the ability to surpass one's own self-imposed restriction is the ability that's essential to achieving the true greatness. It's possible to characterize Mikaela Shiffrin's life biography as a narrative that represents triumph, perseverance, and the quest for excellence. Not only was it a personal success for the young athlete to break a record that it stood for 34 years in alpine skiing, but it was also a proof of the unbreakable spirit of a young athlete who had the courage to dream big. It's possible to accomplish what appears to be impossible on the slopes and beyond if one has passion, drive, and an unbreakable belief in their own talents, as demonstrated by Shiffrin's journey, which serves as a source of inspiration for everyone. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our fantastic content. Thank you for watching our video today.